All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever found yourself spending like an entire afternoon learning about ancient maps or, I don't know, the life cycle of deep sea jellyfish for absolutely no practical reason? Well, in this explainer, we're going to decode the psychology behind those niche obsessions and find out why they're actually a huge sign of a brilliant mind.
I mean, really, you know the feeling you're 3 hours deep into a rabbit hole about the plumbing in 14th century castles? You finally look up and you're just like, what am I doing with my life? It feels so random. But here's the thing psychology tells us it is anything but.
And this is really the heart of the matter, isn't it? On one side, you have the societal view that says you're just wasting time. But on the other, the psychological perspective says it's a powerful signal that your brain is just operating on a whole different level. So which one is it? Let's unpack what's really going on here.
So, first things first, it all starts inside your brain with its reward system. That intense need you have to learn about stuff, it's not just a quirk, it's actually a biological drive. For a mind like yours, knowledge isn't just power, it's genuine pleasure.
The key personality trait at play here is something called openness to experience. And get this, research from the University of London found that people with higher IQs consistently score way higher in this area. It basically means your brain is wired to get a real chemical reward, a nice little hit of dopamine, from the pure act of discovery itself. It creates this simple but incredibly powerful loop. An intense curiosity sparks, which pulls you into a deep dive. And the second you connect the dots or find that missing piece of information, your brain releases dopamine. You get the same satisfying rush from learning that other people might get from, say, a bunch of likes on social media.
Okay, but it goes even deeper. These hobbies are not just for a quick chemical hit. They're actually serving as a kind of mental playground for a mind that is, well, hyper-connected. It's a mind that absolutely craves complexity to feel engaged.
And there's a name for this: cognitive complexity. It's the ability to see all the details and possibilities that other people just miss. It's that natural instinct to examine every single angle of a situation. You can see why a simple surface-level hobby just isn't going to cut it for a mind like that.
So what does this look like in real life? Well, it means you're not just learning random facts. You're building this huge multidimensional web of information in your head, and that whole process keeps all your creative and problem-solving networks firing. It's not just about knowing one thing. It's about seeing how that one thing connects to, well, everything else.
And this brings us to a much deeper, more personal reason for all this. This isn't just about brain chemistry or loving complexity. It's about a fundamental quest for meaning in a world that, let's be honest, often values the superficial.
Psychologists actually call this rare trait self-transcendence. It's this deep need to understand life and connect with something bigger than just yourself. So while society is busy pushing things like productivity or status, your mind is on a totally different mission, a mission for truth, for a real understanding of how the world works.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures that mindset. It's not that you're antisocial at all. It's just that you prioritize real, genuine intellectual engagement over small talk that can feel, draining and kind of empty. You're choosing authenticity over approval every single time.
Okay, so let's talk about the most incredible, practical benefit that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. That useless hobby of yours, it's not a distraction from your real work. More often than not, it's the secret ingredient that makes your biggest breakthroughs even possible.
Think about it like a three-step process. It all starts here. By totally immersing yourself in your obsession, you disconnect. You tune out the endless noise, the emails, the deadlines, the constant pressure to always be on.
And once you've created that quiet space for yourself, your brain is finally free to switch modes. It enters this deeper, more creative, more relaxed state of thinking, where it can just wander and make these amazing new connections without any pressure. And that's when it happens, right there, in that state of what feels like intellectual play, totally removed from the original problem you were trying to solve. The solution just appears. Your useless hobby becomes the incubation chamber where your most valuable ideas are actually born. So when you put it all together, the brain chemistry, the cognitive need for complexity, the creative benefits, it's pretty clear we need to completely reframe this. This isn't some weird quirk you have. It's a genuine intellectual superpower. I really want this to sink in. You are not weird. You are not wasting your time. You are actively feeding and nurturing a mind that is wired for a level of depth, awareness, and truth that, frankly, most people just don't operate on. It is a strength, a huge one, not a weakness.
The big takeaway here is to just embrace it. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What so-called useless obsession is fueling your mind right now? Whatever it is, own it, explore it, and never ever apologize for your curiosity. It is the engine of your intellect.